Hello everybody! Today we are going to be doing a little bit of shared reading together, and then after we've done some shared reading we're going to be doing a little bit of a project. So today we're going to start by doing some drawing for our project, and then tomorrow we'll do the writing, okay? Okay, so on Bug Club I have opened up a book called A Letter from Dorset. Now we are going to read this book together, and before we start the reading, we're going to have a look at this page here, because this is a really good page that gives you some clues on some things that might come up in the book that you might need to practice before you start. So, first of all, let's say the sounds that we already know. Ear, air, your. What's special about these three words here? They're not called digraphs, they are called trigraphs. A trigraph is where you have three letters that, when they're put together, make one sound. Let's say them again. Ear, air, your. And we've got one digraph here, We've got some examples of some words here that you might like to pause the screen and practice with your grown-up now that you've practiced the sounds. Okay, and finally we've got some tricky words in our book as well today. We've got the tricky word all and was. Now sometimes the books refer to them as tricky words, but in school we call them camera words. They're just words that we have to remember what they are by just remembering with our eyes and our memory, okay? Now, if you're reading a book on Bug Club on the computer or laptop or anything that's online, as you do it, you can click on this little bug that will ask you questions as you read it. Let's start. A Letter from Dorset, written by Emma Lynch. Wow, this page looks interesting, doesn't it? What can you see? Pause the video and have a little think. Okay, it looks like pictures from the seaside. I can see a beach and sea, a lighthouse, cave. Wow, this looks amazing, doesn't it? Let's see if we can read it. Oh, looks like we've got a letter here. Looks like an envelope, doesn't it? It looks like the girl is writing. G-r-a-n, gran. Number 2. H-I-L, hill, top, R-O-D, road. Gran, at 2 Hilltop Road. We've got a longer word here, so what we're going to do is break down the first part before we move on. B-l-a-k, b-l-a-k, black, p-oo-l, pool, black pool. Oh, it looks like a letter. D-ear, dear, g-r-an, gran, dear Gran. H-ow, how are you? We've got 2 camera words there. We've got another one here. We are all well. Is this summer. We are is visit ing visiting Dorset. This summer we are visiting Dorset. Have you ever been to Dorset before? Oh, it looks like a lovely place, doesn't it? Do you know what these type of little houses are called? They're called caravans. We might see the word caravan in our sentence. Look out for it because it might be a bit tricky to read. The caravan. Now sometimes when we sound out words that are unfamiliar, they might not be very easy to read. So sometimes you might have to use what you can see in the pictures to help you recognise a word that might be unfamiliar. The caravan park is near the coast. The caravan park is near the coast. We can hear here. The gulls at night. We can hear the gulls at night. Have you ever heard the sound of a gull? A gull is a type of bird. Some people call them seagulls, and often we find them around by the seaside. Okay, we're going to do one more page together and then we're going to move on to our next activity. Wow, this looks fun, doesn't it? It looks like a fun fair. I can see a carousel here and a pier. And look, the pier is on top of the water. I wonder how it's able to stay up. What do you think? There's also an amazing Ferris wheel here. It goes around and around and it goes very, very high. When you get to the top, you might be able to see all over. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Although, I think I'd be a bit scared because I don't like heights very much. Let's see if we can read the sentence. Fun, fair. A fun fair was on in the town. A fun fair was on in the town. We can see lots of rides and things to do. I went. I went on the bumper cars. I went on the bumper cars. Bert was afraid to go near them. Oh dear, I wonder why Bert was afraid to go near them. Can you see Bert in the picture? Do you think this is Bert? How do you know that this is not Bert? Well, the sentence tells us that Bert was afraid to go near the bumper cars. This person here is smiling, which tells us that this person is happy. Can you see anybody that looks worried in the picture? If somebody looks worried, they might be feeling afraid or scared. I think that's Bert over here, look. He's standing by the side. He's not on the bumper cars, and his face looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? Can you make that face? It might mean that he's a bit scared to go on. Okay, we're going to stop our shared reading now, but maybe you would like to have a go at doing some of your reading today. Okay, now before I go today, what we would like you to think about is a little bit about you today. Now, in school this week, we were all going to be making a little fact file about us to give to our new teacher or to the new teachers that might be helping you when you are in year 1. Now, I know RD that Mrs. Midlane is going to be your teacher, and you already know Mrs. Midlane, but there will be other adults that will be helping in your class. And it will be really nice to tell them a little bit about you, what you look like, what you like to do, what your interests are and your hobbies and things you're good at, so that they can get to know you a little bit more before you start in September. So, what we would like you to do today is we would like you to draw a picture of some things that tell us some information about you. You could start by having a think about some of these things that are on my screen now. Maybe you could start by drawing a picture of yourself and then thinking about what your favourite book is, what your favourite fruit might be, or your favourite food. What are you good at? What do you like to do? So I've got a picture here of painting, so that's something that I like to do. Maybe you could say what your interests are, what sports maybe that you enjoy or that you're good at, or something that you're practicing. And then I've got a little heart here because I thought maybe you could draw some pictures of people that are in your family, or some pictures of who your friends are, people that you care about. Okay? So your task today is to draw your pictures and then tomorrow we'll have a little go at writing. Now, remember, when we draw a picture, we try our very best to think about what shapes we might need to draw and what colours we might need to use to make it look the best it can possibly be. Okay? Now, I look forward to seeing some of your lovely pictures tomorrow. Okay, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye!